as requested, a part 2 to this message. So let's get into why nobody tends to believe you or have believed you when you came out speaking the truth on what this father figure has done, what he's capable of, and what he's done in his past, and the type of person that he really truly is. Why don't people believe you? It's not because you're crazy, you're conscious. With the alliteration. You aren't crazy, you're gifted. Okay? You are not crazy. You just know too much. Listen. Oh, here we go. Thank you for the seed. Thank you. God uses alliteration with me. You're not crazy, you're claircognizant. You're not crazy, you're clairvoyant. You're not crazy, you're clairaudient. You're not crazy, you're clairsentient. Okay? So because you have these gifts where spirit downloads these messages to you, these truths, these things that were hidden for so many years, things that were suppressed, because you have the gift of receiving divine wisdom and divine insight, and you have the gift of truth, other people are going to think that you are crazy because they don't see what you see. You are clairvoyant, okay? So you have the ability to see these visions, not with your naked eye, not with your earthly eyes, but with your third eye, with your mind's eye, with your spiritual eye. You are able to see this, whether you see it in a vision or whether you see it in a dream. In the dream state, you see it. It's existing in your head, right? In your mind's eye. But because you don't necessarily have the physical proof of everything, that's why people may think that you're crazy. But you're not crazy, you're clairvoyant. You're also clairaudient. You have heard conversations that you are not physically present for, but God has gifted you to hear these conversations. You are clairsentient. You have this feeling where you can just tap into the energies of what someone else is feeling, and you can know exactly what specifically they are feeling. And then lastly, you are claircognizant. You have the gift of inner knowing. So when there are things that you just know, you can't really fully explain why you know, but you know that you know because you feel it so deep in your spirit. You feel it so deep in your soul, you just know, is because you have the gift of claircognizance. Now, other people that don't see what you see, they will think that you're crazy or that you're delusional, or people may have said things to you like, oh, well, she will believe anything, or he will believe anything. They are so naive. They will believe anything. No, that's not the case, baby. Because you have strong discernment. And other things is that people may have thought like that that this father figure is not capable of what it is that you know that he's actually capable of. Others don't think that he's capable of what he's done. That's why it's so hard for them to believe that he has done this, because he has everybody else fooled. He has everybody else thinking that he's just this saint. He has everybody else thinking that he's just this holier than thou person that does no wrong and just makes mistakes. And people have no idea how sick, twisted, vile, evil, sadistic that man really is. And it also comes from the fact that, like, people would rather deny an allegation or truth, like, because listen, to you it's the truth, but to them it's an allegation. Now, people would rather ignore the truth, claiming it to be an allegation because they want it to be an allegation, because they want to believe that he is who they perceive him to be. These family members of yours, or even friends of family, the people that defend him, they are the ones that want to believe that this father figure is a good person. They want to believe that he is a loving, caring person and that he would not put his children or just any children in general in harm's way. They don't want to believe that he could do something like that. They want to see the best in him. And this whole truth is basically contradicting everything that they see in him. It's like contradicting their perception of him. Because in order for them to believe that truth, they have to view him differently. They have to perceive him differently. And because he's so charming, they want to believe that he's a good person, when in all actuality, it's not the fact that they see him as good. They just see him as very charming. He makes people feel good. He just makes people in their flesh feel good. He gives a boost to people's egos. And because he gives a boost to people's egos, people are not willing to see all that he has done. But listen, if people would actually know the truth of what he's actually done, a lot of these people wouldn't want shit to do with him. They would not be defending him as heavily as they are. They would not be trying to discredit you and invalidate you if they really knew what had actually happened. Now, you may even have, confirmation verb. You may even have a motherly figure that defends this father figure against you. It's like basically this mother figure, she could be your mother, but this mother figure, she chooses to either defend, she has a choice to either defend you, her child, or defend this father figure. She chooses to defend this father figure. She's making a choice, and in the efforts of that, she is choosing this father figure over you. She's choosing to protect this abusive father figure over protecting you, her child. And that is where this mother figure is wrong. She's wrong for defending him. All because she doesn't even see or believe that he could be capable of such horrific crimes against his own child. She doesn't want to believe that because, let me tell you, she is not mature enough, nor is she strong enough to handle that truth. Okay? Because in order for her to come to terms with the reality that she had children with the predator, that she married a predator, in order for her to come to terms with that, she has to take accountability on her role in realizing, like, why did I ignore the red flags? Why did I not ask questions? Why did I not ask the right questions? Why was I so naive? Why did I just believe everything that this person said to me? Why did I not challenge him? And it's going to feel like a lot of guilt on her part if she were to, she would feel very guilty on her part to find out that something actually did happen to you, either at the hands of your father or that your father was involved and allowed something to happen to you. She would carry so much guilt because she feels as if she could have done something to stop it. But also, she's not strong enough or mature enough to handle the fact that something did happen to you, and she didn't do her job as a mother to protect you, to intervene, to ask the right questions, to just make sure that everything that this father figure was telling your mother was legitimate. But be okay with your mother, this mother figure, going to her grave without ever knowing the truth of what this father figure has done. Be okay with that, because it'll be too much for her to bear. Like, she would get very, very ill, very, very sick if she were to find out. So it's best for you to not say anything to her about it. Just let karma deal with itself. Let God handle this father figure and everybody else involved. Let God handle that. You don't be the one to tell her, because it'll be too much for her. You are strong enough to handle it. She's not.